And we have safely made it to the last day of April. April 30th, 2024. It's a Tuesday. I am Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is chilly. It's 41 degrees. It was 39 not long ago. We're not going to be real warm today. We're going to be well below normal, still under some active weather, a little breezy, maybe a passing raindrop or two. The big story really is the temperatures much below normal. We only hit 56 yesterday. Our normal high is now 67. We'll be lucky to get to 56 today, or even tomorrow for that matter, a little warmer, but not much. Of course, tomorrow morning when we get together at this very same time, 24 hours from now, we will be broadcasting live at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College as Coach Ed Nags begins his opening day run. He's going to run from Wenatchee, Washington to Corvallis, Oregon. It's 419 miles, all of it, for a good cause, and we're going to have a really good time tomorrow. And if you want to come check it out, first of all, wear a jacket. It's going to be chilly because we'll be outdoors and it'll be 7 o'clock in the morning, but you're more than welcome to come out and watch the show live from Paul Thomas Senior Stadium tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. with Ed Nags. We're looking forward to that. We have some news to get to. We will go all the way through the weather forecast. A lot of uncertainty from the National Weather Service on what they think may happen this weekend. It could be almost anything. The computer models are just not in any kind of agreement right now. What we know is we will have weather on Saturday and Sunday, and Friday for that matter. What kind? We don't know yet. We'll fill you in with what we do know anyway. Same deal with news and sports. If you're a hockey coach, there's a job opening in Seattle. Dave Haxtell, the only coach in franchise history for the Seattle Kraken, let go yesterday, and the Mariners in a dramatic walk-off victory beat the team with the best record in baseball, the Atlanta Braves, all of those highlights. And if you missed yesterday's interview with our friends at the Wenatchee Sunrise Rotary, Chris McDermott from the Sunrise Rotary and Danielle Martin from Building North Central Washington, and you haven't gotten your Road Apple Roulette tickets yet, we're going to fill you in on those details again. A fun and fascinating interview with Chris and Danielle in the back half of the program. It's a busy show. Let's go. Let's take our tour around the valley with the Wenatchee Heights camera, of course, beginning our festivities. Sun has been up now for quite some time, 5:45. Sunset tonight at 8:12. 14 hours and 27 minutes. We're still getting longer days, but it's not that dramatically longer days that we get in March when we gain about 3 minutes of daylight a day. Now we're only gaining about a minute of daylight a day, but we're still taking it. As I already mentioned, we only got to 56 yesterday. We're going to be cooler than that today. It is definitely below normal temperatures around the Wenatchee Valley and all of North Central Washington. Many locations are well down there. Manson's at 39 right now. The cold spot is Ephrata, just 35 out in the basin. Let's check out Lake Wenatchee. It looks something like this. We have the camera panned a little bit more to the north so we can actually see a little sliver of Fish Lake in the upper right-hand corner. Can't quite make out the airstrip, but it's there. The snow continues to recede on the north slope of Dirty Face Mountain as the snow continues to melt pretty much everywhere. Good morning to Lake Wenatchee, always one of my favorite views. This is a unique angle from our Badger Mountain camera. We have it pointed out towards the Rock Island Malaga area. If we move that to the right, you would see the Wenatchee Valley. So we're peeking out over towards the dam, Rock Island Dam, and out towards the Columbia Basin from our Badger Mountain camera. Cool view there. I like that. Good morning to Malaga. Rock Island just behind that ridge there. Can't quite make it out. So good view there, and the Clockham, of course. Good to see you folks. And up to Lake Chelan we go. Manson in particular from our Slide Ridge camera. When we used this camera last week about this time, that whole bunch of snow that you see there in the lower right-hand corner, there's a lot more of it. That continues to recede, but the snow is going to be melting a little bit slower now because it's so darn chilly. Good morning to Manson. In fact, you can, if you squint, you can see all the way to Lake Chelan, and you can see the Chelan Butte there in your upper right-hand corner of your screen. What does Mother Nature have in store for us? Well, the one thing we can pretty much guarantee you, temperatures are cool. Our normal high is 67. We're only going to get to 54 today. A little bit of a breeze. We will see some sunshine for the most part today, but that 54-degree high is pretty darn chilly for this time of the year. Partly cloudy, 39 for the overnight low tonight. Also a little breezy overnight into Wednesday. Tomorrow, sunshine, a little bit warmer, but it's also going to be a little windier. Pretty consistent wind out of the northwest, about 15 miles an hour, gusts above 20 at times on Wednesday. We'll get up to 62. That's a misprint. It says Wednesday's overnight low 49. It's actually 39. 39, not 49. I wish it was 49, but it's not. Going to be about 39 for the overnight low Wednesday into Thursday. Back to partly cloudy skies with a high of about 65. A little bit warmer on Friday with a high near 71, but as I've already mentioned, they just don't really know right now with any kind of confidence, they say, the National Weather Service, about what may happen by the weekend. It's pretty much a guessing game right now. Hopefully by this time tomorrow they'll have a pretty good grasp of what to expect for Saturday for the East Milk Growers Grand Parade. It could be wet and it could be cloudy. We just don't know yet. We'll know more tomorrow. All right, we're going to take a break at 6 minutes after the hour and then come back with the news. You're watching a Tuesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort. Totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air. Call Alpine Air. Happy Apple Blossom from NCW Life Channel, your local TV station. While you're enjoying our Apple Blossom coverage on NCW Life, we need to thank our gold supporter, Town Auto Group. Your community, your family, your Town Auto Group. Have a great Apple Blossom, and thanks for watching your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
Sangster Motors has the hottest lineup of GMC vehicles in years. From the top-selling Sierra pickups to the all-new Canyon midsize, Sangster has you covered. Add the luxury of a new Yukon or the outrageous new Hummer Electric, and you have it all right here at Sangster Motors.
Get 2.9% APR for 72 months on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. Or current eligible GMC owners get over $7,800 total value.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up to time warranty.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
High clouds, 41 degrees. We'll be in the lower 50s today. That's it. With some sunshine, a little bit warmer, a little windier on Wednesday. I wish I could give you a pretty good idea of what Mother Nature is going to be giving us over the weekend. Don't know yet. Hopefully by tomorrow we will. It's 8 minutes after the hour. Health board members say they're close to selecting a new administrator, the new head dude for the Chelan-Douglas Health District. Chelan County Commissioner Sean Smith, who serves on the 2-district Board of Health, said on Monday the executive committee has narrowed applicants down to a field of 3 out of 31 total applicants to replace former Administrator Luke Davies, who left the office in March. The Health District declined to release the names of the top 3 candidates. That information is exempt from public disclosure. But Smith says the Health Board will hold an open house next month to introduce those candidates to the public. That meeting is tentatively scheduled for May 17th. The city of Wenatchee is in the design phase to replace and upgrade key parts of its wastewater treatment plant. City council members on Thursday approved a $624,000 contract with Jacobs Engineering. They're going to handle the design and the bidding for an overall $6.7 million project at the wastewater facility. Key components of the plant need to be replaced, including digesters and a boiler that's used to cleanse Wenatchee's sewer water before it's flushed into the Columbia River. Plant manager Mike Hodgson told the council the cost of the design is in line with industry prices.
Design contracts on a treatment plant, anything really technical, runs about 10%. For instance, the Digester 4 project that we're doing right now is $14 million and is 1.4 to design. The drying beds that has been completed was $2.5 million with a design cost of $214,000, less than 10%, but we didn't have the mechanical and electrical and all the technical facets of that project.
Bird e-scooters won't be zipping around the city streets of Wenatchee much longer. The app-based rental service for electric scooters first came to Wenatchee in the spring of 2022. It was a one-year pilot program. And that year, they saw about 21,000 uses, but observers complained that the program was not well managed. Scooters were left abandoned throughout the city for days rather than being collected and recharged by the vendor. The Wenatchee City Council reapproved the scooter program last year, but Public Works Director Rob Jammerman told us that the city has opted not to renew Bird e-scooters. The contract for this year will not be renewed. The city earned 5 cents for each scooter rental while the program was operating in 2022. That amounted to just over $1,000 in revenue. Horticultural students at Wenatchee High School have spent the last couple of months growing things, and now they're going to sell the things. The students are compensated for their work, and they come in on their off time to care for the plants, including on weekends and over spring break. Well, this week they'll be setting up shop for their annual FFA plant sale. The event begins tomorrow, runs through Friday. It'll be from 10 a.m. to 6 o'clock. Last week, we heard from an advisor and 2 student managers about all the work it takes to make the plant sale a success.
It's an everyday activity. I know the plants get taken care of first, second, and then I also take care of them during fourth.
They get watered every Saturday and Sunday on our own time. It's really fun to see the plants go as you've been working really hard on them. A lot of people appreciate how pretty they look and they compliment them. So we're all really proud when it comes to the plant sale.
And it's just a lot of time and commitment, like every day going out to the greenhouses and taking off dead leaves, watering, making sure nothing's rotting and making sure everything's healthy. And it's just, you gotta put in the time and commitment, and everyone has different roles that play into it, that everyone has a big responsibility to have this all set up.
We run it as a cooperative. So much like some of our fruit warehouses do in town and whatnot, the kids get paid for a share of the profits based on what they put in. So we keep track of how much, a tardy's pretty expensive around here. If you're not here on time, you don't get your share for the day. And then the kids will like say, we're going to be here Sunday. Well, this is what we call Noah's Ark, is our sale house where we put in 2 of everything. And we'll have, a dozen, 15 kids here on Sunday morning moving stuff in and out of here and getting it presentable for those first people that are here on when the sale opens. Our net sales have grown every year. We find ways to do it. Like these 2 days right now, the kids are working on what we call our CIPP, Continuous Improvement Planning process. And they're looking for how can we set up next year's class even better than last year's class set us up. So they're looking for little ways to improve. And it's getting harder and harder all the time to find those little things that we can do. So they're doing an evaluation of every product that we sell. And then they've got about 2 days to get that done. And then we'll come back and do it again. Anything that didn't sell, we'll evaluate it. And then we'll start by the time school gets out, we'll have next year's sale plan. It's a pretty large scale operation, and I hope we serve our community really well by providing these awesome plants to out to the community. People come in and purchase, and the experience of the kids being able to interact face to face with customers in a real, actual situation, not trumped up. These are real customers with real credit cards, and it's real money, and it's kind of fun. It's one of the few things in the school that we get to do that there's no make-believe, there's no pretend, there's no scenarios. This is about as real as we can make it.
Of course, last Saturday was the Technoplex Youth Parade. We were proud to bring it to you live here on the NCW Live channel, and afterwards they handed out awards. 15 local organizations giving awards in recognition of their participation in the Youth Parade. The winners include Columbia Elementary. They won the Grand Sweepstakes Award. Epic Early Learning Center won the Best Daycare and Preschool Award. The Joyful Scholars Montessori School got the Judge's Choice Award. The full list, by the way, of the Youth Parade winners available on the Apple Blossom website. And speaking of Apple Blossom, over 60 entries admitted to the annual Art for Kids contest, and those were judged and handed out over the weekend on Sunday specifically. Artwork entered was broken into categories based on grade and artwork style. This year's winners included Elsie Rennie for a Committee's Choice, Evelyn Serrato won the Royalties Choice Award, and Charlotte Tepley won the Sponsor's Choice Award. Riley Atchison won the Jane Reynolds Best of Show Award for her two-dimensional black and white artwork, and the full list of the Art for Kids Award recipients also online at the Apple Blossom website, appleblossom.org. And speaking of Apple Blossom, we got a busy weekend heading our way. On Friday, of course, we'll be outside local tel headquarters and Grant Road for the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade. That'll be Friday. We'll take to the air at 6 o'clock. Grant Olson and Ron Berschauer will be calling the action, if you will. The Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade is interesting because there isn't a set lineup. So you have to know your automobiles as they come down the parade route down Grant Road, and thank goodness that Ron and Grant know exactly that. That's Friday night at 6 o'clock, and then we're right back at it early on Saturday morning for the Still Milk Growers Grand Parade. Again, we'll take to the air at 11 a.m. from our normal location with Eric Grandstrom, Julie Agents, Kuntz, and Grant Olson with the call. So if you can't make it to the parade or the weather might not be cooperating, you can always watch it right here on television, or as we like to say in the business, TV. And that is what's making news on this Tuesday morning. We'll have a newscast for you tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock to keep you in the loop about what's going on around here, 5, 6, and 10. If you consume your news via the World Wide Web and you use Facebook or YouTube or whatever, we got it for you there. Our news will be up and running on our Facebook page and on our YouTube page and on our homepage, ncwlife.com. There's something out there that you think is newsworthy, get a hold of us. Send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. If you haven't downloaded our app yet, you can do it right now by picking up your smartphone and QR coding away. When we come back, quite a fun Mariner game last night. If you like really good pitching and late inning heroics, and we got them both for you. Sports is 2 minutes away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, and in touch. Local-Tel cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speed makes life better. If you need fast, reliable internet, or maybe an upgrade, or you just have questions, connect with us by visiting localtel.com or call 509-888-8888 today.
It's Click It RV Moses Lake's huge spring cleaning liquidation event. Now extended through the end of April. On Frontage Road, there's huge savings on all models. And top manufacturers like Flagstaff and Grand Design. With super low interest rates, 0 down, and no payments until September. And our trade-up program gets you up to $4,000 above book. Enter to win $30,000 in cash. Or a new 2023 StarCraft trailer. So beat the spring rush and don't miss this huge spring cleaning liquidation event. Now extended through the end of April. On Frontage Road.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents The Magic of Manson.
Spring is here at the Chelan Ridge Winery. Check out the all-new deck area, enjoy an amazing view, new vintage wines, and that down-home hospitality Chelan Ridge is famous for.
Wine Girl Wines is already famous for wine, beer, and great entertainment. And now they have added craft cocktails to the list of food and drink, so pop on by our Manson location for some good old-fashioned fun.
Headaches, neck or back pain? Been injured in a car accident, a work injury, or fall? Studies show that whiplash causes pain year after year. Your neck is supposed to be curved and acts like a spring to absorb shock. But when it's damaged, it straightens or reverses, and this causes headaches and pain. The solution is our specialized comprehensive combination care. You need our team of professionals who will address every point of your injury with very specific equipment and skill. Stop by Wenatchee or Leavenworth for a free consultation.
Sports at 19 minutes after the hour. Mitch Garver hit the game-winning 2-run home run in the bottom of the 9th inning, and it gave the Mariners a 2-1 win over the Atlanta Braves last night. The game was dominated by pitching. Both Bryce Miller of the Mariners and Max Fried of the Braves both had no hitters going into the 7th inning.
Maybe the most colorful nickname in Major League Baseball belongs to Cal Raleigh.
2-2 pitch from the lefty, and he got him. Raleigh swings through it, and there's one away.
Ty France up to the plate.
Struck him out. Ty France becomes French fried potatoes, if you will, and there are 2 away.
After France goes down, that brings Dylan Moore up to the plate.
In on the hands, popped up to the left side. And in foul ground, Austin Riley takes it. And we head to the 3rd.
Michael Harris up to the plate.
Like 3 called.
No argument on that.
Oh, 4 Ks already for Miller. That's the second one looking.
Travis d'Arnaud to the plate. Braves looking for their first base runner of the game.
The next pitch. Swing and a miss. A heater elevated at 95 miles an hour again from Bryce Miller.
And now Jared Kelnick's return to Seattle.
It's a nice round of applause for Jared Kelnick. It's got to be a lot of emotion, I think, for him coming back here as well.
Arias got to hurry. He knows it. Throws and a run. No! Too much speed by Kelnick.
Kelnick, as we know, runs really well.
Oh, man, that's close. Yeah. Ooh.
We're going to take a look at that.
Yeah. See that getting overturned. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, the Mariners are running walking off the field. They're confident.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out.
That brings up Travis d'Arnaud.
Walked him. Here goes the perfecto.
Jared Kelnick's come back to Seattle with a splash right here.
Swinging a ground ball over to second base. Polanco has it. Over to second for 1. More to first base. It's in time for the double play. And it's erased. An inning-ending double play off the bat of Kelnick.
I mean, what a stretch for Max Fried. And now can the offense get going here for Atlanta? Top of the order and Acuna. He grounds this up the middle, off the glove of Moore, and that is the first hit of the ball game. Ronald Acuna over there with 11 stolen bases on the season.
There goes Ronald. Pitch on the way. It's a ball high. Throw down by Riley. He bounces the throw. Not in time. Ronald Acuna with his 12th steal of the season.
And Acuna's going again. And he's going to get third base easily. He is trying to single-handedly put Atlanta in front. That'll do it. Right center field and well hit. Ozzy's hit streak extends to 12 games, and he gives Atlanta a 1-0 lead in the 7th.
Max Fried goes 6 innings of hitless. Pierce Johnson, the first man out of the pen. He's 2-1.
Polanco and Garver both struck out. Can he make it 3 in a row?
Got him swinging strike 3. And a beautiful 7th inning for Pierce Johnson.
They walked him on 4 straight. That is the 3rd free pass tonight for Seattle hitters. Josh Rojas is pinch hitting here.
Swinging a ground ball right side. Albies can't get to it with a dive. And now the Mariners have runners on at first and second.
Grounder to the right side. Ozzy knocks it down. That saves a run, but everybody's safe.
Bases loaded with 1 out for Julio Rodriguez.
In the air to left. Kelnick going to have to charge. He gets there, and they will not tag.
Down he goes, strike 3. And Jimenez walks the tightrope in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Mariners leave him loaded.
What a pitch and a moment here for Mitch Garver and the Mariners. Down 1-0. Garver represents the winning run. High drive left field. We've got a Mariners win. Mitch Garver out of the depths comes up huge, and the Mariners win this game 2.
Yeah, game 2 of the series is tonight at 6:40. Louis Castillo is going for his 3rd straight win. He started the season 0-4. He's caught fire now. His first pitch tonight on Root Sports is at 6:40. Quick look at the American League West scoreboard. Only 4 teams were in action. The A's beat the Pirates 5-1, and the Angels snuck by the Phillies 6-5. Well, the only coach in Seattle Kraken history is out of a job. This morning, the Kraken firing head coach Dave Haxtell yesterday afternoon. The team, of course, failed to make the playoffs. Last year, they advanced to the Western Conference semifinals. General Manager Ron Francis made the announcement yesterday afternoon.
I think we reevaluate ourselves every day. I mean, it's that's something we do on an ongoing basis. What we do as a management team, what I said at the end of the year, what we do as a coaching staff, with development staff, with scouting staffs, we review all that stuff all the time. So, it wasn't until we got to the end of the season and took some time and thought about it. And honestly, I didn't make my final decision until yesterday morning. It's really difficult. I mean, like I said, I think he was a good coach when we hired him. I still think he's a good coach. He's a terrific person. There's a lot of sacrifice that goes in, not only by him, but by his wife and his family. And, it's never easy to make a decision like this and tell somebody that, you're relieving them of their duties. So it's extremely, sad day in that regard.
A lot of names being bandied about, but the name on the top of most people's list is the former head coach of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Dan Bylsma, who led Pittsburgh to the Stanley Cup back in 2009. We shall see. To the prep scoreboard we go. Pretty light action yesterday in prep soccer. Omak snuck by Manson 2-1. Tenasca doubled up Pateras on the pitch 4-2. In softball, Richland blanked Moses Lake 10-0, and it was a split between Othello and Ephrata. Same score, just reverse it. Othello won the opener 6-3. Ephrata won the nightcap 6-3. Prep soccer tonight. The Eastmont Wildcats are on a 3-game losing streak. They'll try and halt that tonight. They welcome West Valley to town at Wildcat Stadium at 7 o'clock. Also at 7 o'clock in Moses Lake, the Wenatchee Panthers, winners of their last 3 in a row, will take on the Mavericks at 7 o'clock. Earlier in the afternoon, Grandview will host Ephrata and Sela will host Ellensburg. For the smaller schools on the pitch, here's your schedule. It's Warden and Quincy at 6 o'clock, Liberty Bell at Bridgeport at 4. At 4:30, Tenasket and Okanagan will do battle. Brewster welcomes Orville to the pitch at 4:30. And a night game tonight, Pateras at Manson. They'll start at 7:30. Prep baseball schedule. Eastmont still hoping to win the Big 9 regular season title. They can make another step towards that by beating Sunnyside at home tonight at Dan White Field. First pitch there is at 5 o'clock. Wenatchee will be in Yakima, the gateway to Wapato. They'll take on Davis at 5 o'clock, and also at 5 o'clock at Larson Field is Moses Lake hosting West Valley. Early in the afternoon, Casimir will be at Cascade at 4:30, and the Chelan boys baseball team will take on Quincy also at 4:30. For the smaller schools, Liberty Bell and Cle Elum will do a doubleheader. First pitch, first game, 3 o'clock. Orville will host Bridgeport in a doubleheader. First pitch, first game also at 3 o'clock. Elmira Cooley Heartline, Simon and Garfunkel will be at Brewster at 4:30, and Waterville Mansfield will be at Moses Lake Christian Covenant also at 4:30. And can't forget about softball. At Walla Walla Point Park at 4 o'clock this afternoon, you can watch the Davis Pirates take on the Wenatchee Panthers. Ellensburg will have a doubleheader at East Valley beginning at 3 o'clock. Casimir's at Cascade for a single game at 4:30. Liberty Bell and Cle Elum doubleheader. First pitch, first game, 3 o'clock. Orville and Bridgeport doubleheader. First pitch, first game, 3 o'clock. 1/2 hour later for Waterville Mansfield and Wilbur Creston Keller in a doubleheader at 3:30, and Okanagan and Brewster with a single game at 4:30. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this last day of April. 9 obscure holidays, among them National Honesty Day, International Jazz Day. I love jazz. Maybe I should have picked that. National Bubble Tea Day, National Military Brats Day. It's National Hairstyle Appreciation Day for your hairstylists out there. It's National Oatmeal Cookie Day. I love oatmeal raisin cookies. It is National Raisin Day, too, for that matter. But no, we celebrate one of America's most beloved cartoon characters who made his debut on this date all the way back in 1938, Bugs Bunny. It's National Bugs Bunny Day today. He was an extra. He didn't star in the cartoon. The cartoon was called Porky's Hare Hunt. Porky the Pig went hunting, and Bugs Bunny was just an extra. He was a brief character in and out of the cartoon, but he made his debut on April 30th, 1938. Bugs Bunny's mannerisms were taken after Clark Gable from the famous movie It Happened One Night from a few years earlier. Bugs was the first cartoon character ever to appear on a stamp. He is the official mascot of Warner Brothers Studios. And Bugs Bunny is a United States Marine. Bugs Bunny cartoons. Every Saturday morning I catch them. Still good stuff. Happy National Bugs Bunny Day today, who, by the way, his real name is Keith. Few people know that. Bugs is a nickname. Today in history, George Washington got the big job. April 30th, 1789, 235 years ago today, on the steps of Federal Hall in Wall Street. In New York City, George Washington takes the oath of office to become the first elected president of the United States. April 30th, 1789. George Washington had to borrow money to go from Mount Vernon to New York City. He didn't have enough money. He had like 300 slaves and 60,000 acres of land, but all the other big rich landowners couldn't afford to rent out the land or rent out the slaves, and so he had to borrow money just to get to New York City. In fact, George Washington admitted to his nephew that one of the reasons he took the job as president of the United States was the money. He had a certain lifestyle he was used to, and he didn't want to give it up, so one of the reasons he took the gig is it paid pretty good, and they took care of your expenses. George Washington becomes president of the United States, April 30th, 1789. Happy 212th birthday to the state flag. That is the state flag of, I'll give you a minute here, Pelicans, Might give it away. Louisiana is 212 years old today, the Pelican State. Louisiana is the only state in the country that has parishes as their political subdivisions, essentially counties. They just call them parishes. It is 450 feet tall and 34 stories high. I'm talking about the Louisiana State Capitol, which is the tallest state capitol in this country, in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Louisiana, we love Louisiana. I love New Orleans. I love the French Quarter, but Louisiana's got some problems. Their murder rate is 10.3 per 100,000 population. That is twice the national average. Louisiana's murder rate has been the highest in this country every year for the last 36 years. And needless to say, there's a lot of people in prison in Louisiana. Their incarceration, the number of people in prison is 5 times more than Iran, 13 times more than China, 20 times more than Germany. There are more people serving life sentences without parole in Louisiana than Texas, Tennessee, Arkansas, Alabama, and Mississippi combined. That's the next 6. Needless to say, Louisiana, we love Louisiana. By the way, Louisiana is dead last as the healthiest state in the union. They have the highest rate of drug overdoses and alcoholism, but we love you anyway. Louisiana is 212 years old today. Here is the box score from April 30th, 1939. 85 years ago today, I highlighted Lou Gehrig. He batted 6th that day. Yankees lost to the Washington Senators at Yankee Stadium. The final was 3-2. He batted 6th. He went 0 for 4. It was his 2,130th consecutive game. He would never play another Major League Baseball game again. They went on the road, took a train to Detroit, and a couple of days later he told the manager, Joe McCarthy, "Joe, I'm done." Lou Gehrig played his last game 85 years ago today. 79 years ago today, the Third Reich, which was supposed to last, 1,000 years, it didn't last 1,000 years. It lasted about 13 years. Adolf Hitler and his wife of about a day and a half, Eva Braun, commit suicide in their bunker beneath the streets of Berlin. 79 years ago today, the Fuhrer takes his own life. 49 years ago today, the Vietnam War ends. Saigon falls. The Viet Cong and the Viet Cong communists take control of the capital of South Vietnam, and when you take the capital, you're pretty much done. If you're watching the evening news on April 30th, 1975, here's what you may have seen.
American embassy officials had promised an orderly evacuation for their own people, the foreign press, and for all those Vietnamese who had worked for them and might be in danger. The plan was for a helicopter evacuation from the embassy grounds, and the signal was Bing Crosby singing White Christmas over Radio Saigon. But somebody forgot to play it, and the embassy was stormed. From midday to past midnight, a constant shuttle of naval helicopters from the American 7th Fleet airlifted out of that embassy more than 5,000 people. The ambassador went on the final helicopter from the platform above his office. He was the last American to leave Vietnam.
The American fleet had been having problems since the start of the evacuation, not with the arrival of South Vietnamese pilots and their helicopters loaded with family and friends. Hovering above the decks to unload their passengers, the pilots were unfamiliar with landing their craft on a moving ship. One crashed into the side of the USS Blue Ridge. Others managed to crash land on the deck of the ship. For those that did manage to put down, they were simply pushed over the side and into the sea by U.S. sailors and Marines to make room for the returning American craft based on that ship, filled with evacuees from Saigon.
The city of Saigon was renamed today. The victorious communists who forced the city's surrender said the capital of South Vietnam henceforth will be known as Ho Chi Minh City. The Viet Cong headquarters was set up in the former presidential palace, and the former president, Dong Van Minh, is in custody. The American embassy was sacked, burned, and looted.
Vietnam War comes to an end on this date 49 years ago today. And finally, everybody loves a good Keith Moon story. Moon the Loon, the greatest drummer in rock and roll history. It was on this date, 1976, in Midtown Manhattan, when Keith Moon pays 9 New York City cab drivers to block off the street in front of his hotel so Keith Moon could take all of the furnishings in his hotel room and throw them out the window. I miss Keith Moon. Moon the Loon. Wonder what the bill was on that. Birthdays, just one historical figure, but a big one, especially in these parts. David Thompson. Do you know who he is? David Thompson was the very first European, the very first white man to navigate the length of the Columbia River. He did it back in 1811. It was very peaceful. No European had ever been up and down the Columbia River. This was in 1811, and he got along really good with the native tribes. He introduced them to tobacco and gave them a bunch of tobacco. They liked it. David Thompson, the explorer, born in the state in 1770. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor. That would be, of course, Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. I know it's cold out. Maybe, you know, you're not even thinking about the warmth of summer. It's coming. Make sure your air conditioner can handle the heat of summer. When the heat of summer comes, have Alpine Air come out and take a look at your HVAC system. Make sure it's good to go when the heat comes. Special thanks to our friends at Pool to Spa Services. Boy, a spa would feel good right about now. Big old hot tub. It ain't your grandfather's hot tubs. Today's hot tubs are pretty darn sweet. Check them out. Pool to Spa Services on Worthen Street by the Pybus Public Market. And special thanks to our sponsor, Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista, both the main campus in Wenatchee and, of course, in East Wenatchee. Still to come, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Mignotti. It's about his neighborhood. Wonder if the neighbors are watching. And have you gotten your ticket yet for Road Apple Roulette? When horses do what horses do during the Milk Growers Grand Parade, you could win $10,000. Chris McDermott of Sunrise Rotary and Danielle Martin of Building North Central Washington. We'll talk about it when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
Imagine a science project being done on the kitchen table. Feel the excitement on Christmas morning as the kids race down the stairs to form memories that cannot be erased. Listen for the laughter coming from the next room. Put your family in a new home to make these visions become reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade. Use the Move Meter entering 2 cities and see how a potential move scores based on the cost of living and other factors. Make your dream place a reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade today.
The Lake Chelan Rotary Club invites you to experience Cycle Chelan, held each year on the 3rd Saturday in June. Pick your thrill from 3 rides: the Metric Century Challenge, Cycle Divino, or the Lake Loop. All profits from Cycle Chelan are used to support student scholarships and other charitable activities of the Lake Chelan Rotary Club. Cycle Chelan, a route for every rider. Pick your thrill today.
Check out ClubProCashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
This Mother's Day, give your mom the gift she really wants: rest, relaxation, and a clean home. Get her a gift certificate for Mother's Day from Merry Maids. You'll be a hero, and the expert cleaners, Merry Maids, will make her home sparkle. Merry Maids are professionally trained, licensed, bonded, and insured. They do the job right. Visit MerryMaids.com or call 663-1710. Give your mom the gift of time, relaxation, and a clean home with a Merry Maids gift certificate. Her satisfaction is guaranteed, and you can relax. It's done.
Like Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, the area of town I live in is an older area and has narrow streets, okay? So when people are parked on both sides of the streets, if two cars are opposing each other, yeah, they can barely pass, but it's typical for somebody to pull over into, you know, an empty spot so the other person can pass by. Now, when someone does that for me, I always acknowledge them and wave. But when I do it, people don't acknowledge me and wave. No, what I'm saying is this. If someone shows you an act of kindness such as this, acknowledge it. How can we become a better, kinder society if acts of kindness are ignored? So, if you see me coming and I pull over to the side of the road to let you go by, just give me a little smile and wave, okay? That'll make me feel better about myself, and I won't feel so persecuted. All right, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs. Happy Apple Blossom from NCW Life Channel, your local TV station. While you're enjoying our Apple Blossom coverage on NCW Life, we need to thank our platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air Heat and Air. Call Alpine Air. Have a great Apple Blossom, and thanks for watching your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
Steelhead Cider offers 20 taps with cider, beer, and wine, featuring views of the lake, great music, and fantastic flights. Find it on Wooden Ave behind the bookstore in downtown Chelan.
Kelly's Classic Ace Hardware Store. From the minute you walk through the door, you'll feel the difference. Kelly's revives the days of personal service lost in the big box stores of today. Kelly's Ace Hardware in classic downtown Chelan.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district. Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue, family owned and operated on North Wenatchee Avenue, right next to Hooked on Toys. Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue uses only fresh ingredients handcrafted with love, including authentic Hawaiian barbecue and Japanese-style ramen noodle soups. And the bubble teas will keep you coming back for more. Enjoy the culinary tour of the Pacific Rim with Hawaiian barbecue lunches and combo plate classics, as well as ramen noodle soups. Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue. Enjoy their comfort food like you're one of the family.
Well, the Milk Growers Grand Parade on Saturday, May 4th will feature marching bands, dignitaries in the back of convertibles, royalty from all over North Central Washington, floats, all kinds of good stuff, and equestrian entries. Unless something really weird happens, one of those entries may, in fact, defecate on the parade route. I'm trying to think of the best way to put that, Chris. And you may profit from horse poop. Here to talk about that, introduce yourself to our television family.
I'm Chris McDarvant, and I'm a member of the Sunrise Rotary Club.
Danielle.
Hi, I'm Danielle Martin with Building North Central Washington.
It's the Road Apple Raffle.
Road Apple Roulette.
I'm sorry, Road
Yes.
Apple Roulette. We're going to get into the specifics, but in a nutshell, Chris, explain exactly what the hell we're talking about.
Well, everybody loves a parade, and so when one of the groups of horses will be selected, and when it comes down right out here in front of Memorial Park, when it comes down to Rondo, there will be 5 sections cordoned off on the map here. There will be 5 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the first section that the horse in that group poops in, that will be the road apple we're looking for. That will be a $10,000 winner for that zone, that number of that area. And so then the other 4 zones will each get drawn as well. A raffle ticket from those will be worth $500 each. So a total of $12,000 given away. And so this is just a fun way to make a raffle. It's not a standard raffle, but we're not a standard service club either. We like to have fun. So this is a way to make the raffle a lot more fun for everybody, because they can come down here and watch which zone gets picked by the horse. And then on the grand stage behind us here, we'll go ahead and then do the drawing on that same day, that afternoon. We'll draw 1 ticket from each of the 5 zones, and the grand winner from the horse dropping zone is a $10,000 winner.
That's a big chunk of change.
It is.
And what have your members heard about this from something in Idaho, and they brought it to here?
Haley, Idaho. We first saw that in Haley, Idaho, and we thought, how fun would that be to bring that back to Apple Blossom? They were having a lot of fun and success there, so we said, let's do that here too.
So the zones are pretty big. I'm going to hold this up real quick. We'll put this on television. There are 5 zones, and they're all pretty sizable pieces of real estate.
Yeah. And so we have a slight gap in between them to make sure it's very clear which zone is the winning zone. And then that'll get scooped up right away, but we'll have a bunch of people out there, so come out and watch that, it'll be fun. So it's 2 opportunities to have fun with a raffle. Whether you win or not, it's a fun way to participate that way.
And you can buy as many tickets as you want, and you can pick as many zones as you want.
Exactly. You can buy, some people like to buy several tickets, 5 tickets, say, in one zone to increase their odds of winning in that zone. Some people like to buy a ticket in all 5 zones, so they have a chance to win $12,000 if they won all 5. I don't know what the odds are, but they can be calculated. So it's just a fun way to do it. Everyone has their own strategy to do, and so some people would rather buy tickets at the first couple of zones. Some people want to buy zones further down, but it's really just a horse shot.
Which begs the question, which equestrian entry is the one that because you have to pick one of them, right?
That gets picked for us, and so we don't know ahead of time which zone it's going to be.
So it's above board.
So it's all above board.
Okay, but one of the equestrian events, and we don't know which one it is, will be the one that will be. And then that horse from that event, whichever the first horse is, does its business, is the winner there.
Right, so if there's 20 horses and several of them do their business there, it's the first one that does their business that gets the winning pat on the shoulder. So
I love how he uses the word "does their business" as opposed to.
That's the nice way to put it, right?
We're a business organization. I don't want to get sanctioned by the FCC. I'm not even in that business, but I just want to be careful.
So you have to have members of your group. Sunrise Rotary, by the way, is the group to witness the event, both sides of the street on the parade level, walkie-talkies. How does that all fit?
So we've got several people for each zone, and then we've got one person that's the monitor. And so as soon as they see their zone have an incident, they'll raise their hand, and so then we'll get that all documented and written down right away. And so
the polite way to put it. I like it.
Well, we're trying to be polite. He's using it great. Incidents, business. I said defecate and poop. I mean, I let you know where my brain is at. 10 grand is a lot of money. 10 grand is a lot of dough. But obviously, this is all going to good causes, and it always has been for the last couple of. Name some of the folks in the last 2 years. This is the 3rd year. Name some of the folks, the nonprofits who do good work in the valley that have benefited from this.
Sure. So we've got the Bruce Hotel Women's Resource Center. We've got the Challenge Scholarship. This year, a significant portion is going to the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. So on the tickets, it lists a lot of the previous recipients, but really it's just a matter of giving back. The Appellarian Scholarship Program as well. It's really about spreading that out. There's so many great organizations in the valley, and we're happy to help them out as well.
I like now you use the term spreading out. I'm really having a good time with this. No sponsors, no roulette, and this is where Building North Central Washington comes into hand. Danielle, how did your group get involved with these lunatics?
I love it. We started about, I think last year we decided it's such a fun and quirky, unique raffle. We do a ton of raffles throughout the community and ourselves at our events, and this one just kind of grabbed my attention, and I really like what it's all about. We love giving back to the community, and it's one way for us to do that, and I love working with other nonprofits. in the Valley. And I think it's just unique. My mom, every year she buys a ticket and she lets my children pick which area. So she hasn't won yet, but every year she gets a ticket.
So to recap, again, there are 5 zones, and we're going to show them again on the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first zone is basically just right outside the courthouse, goes all the way down to the intersection of Orondo and Chelan. And there's usually a lot of names that go into the hat for the big drawing, right? Because the zones are pretty big.
There are.
Right.
So, yeah, there's a lot of tickets that are sold. Is it? I'm trying to remember. Is it 500 each?
I think yeah, the runner-up prizes is
500 for the runner-up prizes. I'm just trying to think of how many tickets. Maybe I think it's 1,000 tickets in each zone that are sold. So 5,000 tickets total. But if not all tickets are sold, then there would obviously your odds would go up.
Now we should probably let people know how much is a ticket.
A ticket's only $5.
That's a heck of
so
a
if you
deal.
want one in every zone, it's $25. Discount there. 25 for 5 or $5 a piece.
The winners from the last 2 years holding up their checks seem pretty happy.
They were very happy, yes. That's the fun thing about this. People are happy to donate $5 to charity or $25 to charity and know that that's making a difference in their community. And they're not usually expecting anything back from that, but to get $10,000 back or even $500, it's pretty neat. You still feel good because overall there's still money going to the charities after the payouts.
So 3rd year, it's obviously a success. Was this a hard sell for? Because this is an official Apple Blossom event. Was this a hard sell for Darcy and the crew? We're gonna go ahead and take advantage of what horses will do anyway.
I'm not gonna say that there weren't some hurdles to get over.
Some reservations.
But I think she's fully on board now. She saw how much fun.
It's quirky. It's so unique. It's
cool. You start talking about poop and Apple Blossom, like, oh hey. But it happens, right? Every group has them. Every parade has them, and so it's not necessarily the most pleasant part of the parade, so to make it a fun part of the parade, I think she's bought into it wholeheartedly, and so it's fun to see her excitement now with it as well.
We're underneath their tent at Memorial Park. It's right at one of the bigger intersections. Funnel Cakes is right across the street. Interstate Entertainment Stage is behind us. You guys will be manning this booth for the entire run of it. But there are other places where you can get your raffle tickets. So talk about that for those people who aren't going to be down here.
So speaking of Darcy, she's actually letting us sell tickets at the Apple Blossom office. So you can go down to the Wenatchee Apple Blossom office and get tickets, or the Senior Center, the Senior Activity Center, the Wenatchee Valley Seniors Activity Center on Maple. Is it on Maple?
Yep, it's on Maple.
So that you can go there too and get tickets there. So if you can't come by our booth here, or for some reason we're not manning it that day, you can swing by either of those places and get tickets. And we'll also be trying to sell tickets day of if there are any left.
I was going to say, there's a finite number of tickets.
There are. So when tickets sell out, they're gone.
That's it.
Well, and you guys do a really good job on your social media of promoting that as well. So check them out on Facebook.
There you go.
Yeah.
All the information, by the way, is on the Sunrise Rotary website and on the Apple Blossom website. It's all there, all the rules and regulations and things like that. Yes, if you win $10,000, you will be paying taxes on it.
It was hard to get the State Gaming Commission to buy off on it, actually.
Oh, did they have to sign off on it too?
Yeah, they have to sign off on it too. So that was the hardest part. That was much harder than even Darcy.
Building North Central Washington is the prime sponsor, but there are other sponsors. You want to name a few while you have a second?
Sure. We've got Sangster Motors, Jones & Jones, Apple Socks, Office Depot, Global Car Care, Inside Design Carpet One. I hate to say them all because I'm going to leave some out, I'm sure. But Apple Valley Pumping, Eastman Insurance. So there are more. Appreciate our sponsors. We couldn't do it without our sponsors. So really appreciate all of them and even all the people who are buying tickets. Obviously, it doesn't work without them. And that's what makes our community great.
Chris, you mentioned Sunrise Rotary is a fun club, except Alan Walker's a member. So, in any event, if people say, I think I might want to become a Rotarian, or I was and I couldn't anymore, and I want to get back, how does one get involved with Sunrise Rotary?
That's a great question. So there's a lot of people want to be a member of a service club, and I always wanted to, but it never really worked out with my schedule. My dad was a longtime Rotary member, and so a friend of mine said, hey, why don't you come join our club? It's at 7 in the morning, and that really worked out better for my schedule. And that's the neat thing about the different clubs is that they do meet at different times, but our club meets at 7 a.m. at Pybus in the event center there. So come on by, and we'd love to have you join us for coffee in the morning, and we always have a speaker each week. So Tuesday mornings, 7 a.m., Pybus Event Center.
How are things at BNCW? You guys busy?
We're doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're just plugging right along. We have a big event coming up in September. We do an annual home tour every year. So if you're interested, it is. And if you're interested in seeing new, fun, different, quirky houses, we're your event for that.
It's amazing how creative contractors can be.
Yes,
nowadays.
They are insanely creative. And sometimes I'm like, wait a minute, how did you think of this? No, but it's a fun event that it's just $10 to get in. It's all weekend long in September.
It's a great time. Danielle, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And thanks for your organization to be a part of this.
Yeah, it's a fun one. We like it.
And again, you can get your tickets right here underneath this very tent that we're sitting under, even though it's raining. It's going to be a beautiful 11-day festival. And best of luck to everybody who plays Road Apple Roulette. Shouldn't the horse get a cut of this too? Just a little bit?
We should give it a sugar cube at least, shouldn't we?
They probably get some good meal out of it.
We just can't do anything ahead of time that might alter the results.
I understand. Everything has to be State Gaming Commission. That's the last people you need knocking on your door, buddy. Visiting your group at 7 a.m. We have a problem. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Gilded Lily Home, where something extraordinary is waiting. You'll be delighted to find an amazing selection of specialty foods and tabletop decor. Browse their uniquely curated collection of gifts. Shop for yourself in their wide collection of jewelry and clothing, and for your home with their amazing hand-selected furniture, lighting, and decor. The Gilded Lily Home, where you can step in for inspiration and leave with beautiful items for your home, your kitchen, and your lifestyle.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Since 1932, Camp Seneca, nestled on the beautiful shores of Lake Wenatchee, has provided children grades 1 through 12 with the ideal location for kids to learn new skills, have fun, and make friends while creating memories that will last a lifetime. Camp Seneca's rustic log cabins and their staff serve to provide each group a unique summer camp experience. Register for Camp Seneca today, www.campfirencw.org.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
All right, quick programming reminder before we do that rather chilly weather forecast. Come out and join us tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. We'll be broadcasting live from Paul Thomas Senior Stadium on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. It is, of course, the home of the Wenatchee Apple Sox. It's a special live broadcast. We're going to send Ed Nags on his way. Ed's opening day run. He's been in training for this for quite some time, and you have to be in good shape because Ed Nags is going to run about 15 miles a day every day between tomorrow and the end of May, all the way to Corvallis, Oregon. It's 419 miles. Yes, he's going to have some help. He'll have a support staff along with him. And it's all to raise money for a very, very good cause. It's very dear to Ed's heart. Everybody loves Ed Nags. We are going to be very proud to be there. And if you want to come and watch us, you can do it. Representatives of the Only 7 Seconds group will be there. Apple Blossom Royalty will be there. It'll be a lot of fun. Come down and see us. Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Again, we'll be live between 7 and 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you do come out and watch the show live with Ed and myself and everybody else, wear a jacket. It's going to be chilly. Here's your forecast from the National Weather Service. Our high today of only 54. Our normal high is 67. Going to be chilly today. Not a lot of wind. Quite a bit of sunshine, we think, but very, very cool. 39 for the overnight low tonight. That is very cool. Our normal overnight low is 44. Wednesday, lots of sunshine, a little on the breezy side, though. High of 62. That's a typo. It'll be 39 again for the overnight low Wednesday night into Thursday, not 49. And we just don't know. They don't have a real high confidence in what Mother Nature may give us Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
On Small Town Big Deal.
I love bologna sandwiches.
Why, one small town takes pride in being full of bologna.
I've always wanted to do that.
And then we go inside a bologna factory in hopes of making the cut.
We were
bad.
Then it's a vintage ride with a guy who sure knows how to pick 'em.
Welcome to Small Town Big Deal.